In this episode, we're going to go to Repticon in Orlando. Andrew wants to buy a snake. We're going to take a look at the bio snake, the gray banded king snake, and we're also going to look at the black-headed python. Then after that, Andrew and KJ is going to return to the nursery and they are going to feed some of the animals. I'm going to go off to the Brevard Zoo and I'm going to meet with Fusion Fiberglass. I'm going to purchase a tank from them, a 3,500 gallon tank, and I'm going to see some of the work they're doing at the zoo on a manatee tank. After that, I think I'll take a walk through the zoo, see if there's things there that I can utilize in the zoo that we're building in Apopka. Let's take a look.
We're house snake morphs. We're based out of Newport Richey, Florida. April Linkfield has been breeding the file snakes for 7 generations now. It comes from the same area of Africa as your ball pythons. So if you have knowledge about how to take care of a ball python, or if you have some ball pythons at home, you already have the setup or environment that you need for a file snake because they come from the same area of Africa. They do have some really cool adaptations. They are one of the world's only true scavenging snakes. They don't eat stuff unless it's already dead or dying. Because of that, they're a very robust snake and they have a lot of immunities to bacteria and other things that are harmful to other animals in the environment, which makes them what's called a keystone species.
Right.
If they were totally removed from the environment, that environment collapses, right?
Really?
Yeah, literally, because they take the dead and dying stuff just like a vulture would.
That's
out
incredible.
of the environment. They are very, very important to their area of Africa. They do have some cool adaptations, like I said, that allows them to escape predation since they don't have teeth, constriction, or venom. One is the triangle body shape. That is not an underfed animal. That is his natural shape, and that helps him escape his natural predators in the wild, which happen to be other snakes, specifically the black mamba. He is immune to black mamba venom. The very first anti-venom for humans was made from the file snake. Now we synthesize it from horses.
Really?
But because he's naturally immune to black mamba venom, we made the first anti-venom from these guys.
That's so cool.
The other adaptations, other than the triangle body shape, one is the top scales are not true scales. True scales have a blood supply just like our skin does and would bleed. Those scales, if you tried to cut them, would not bleed. They're made of keratin like your fingernails, and they actually are held on by a little ligament that they can constrict and pop off to escape predation. The final way they can try to escape predation is to mimic something that's venomous or poisonous. They have chromatophores in their skin, very much like a crested gecko. They can fire up and fire down in color intensity, and that mimics a venomous or poisonous animal. These guys share a brain structure very closely related to a cobra, so you will see those gears turning in its head. They learn who their humans are. They can learn food puzzles. It also makes them kind of good at escaping.
Right.
So there's a reason we have our locks on the outside here. And that's because when we had the locks on the inside, just like everybody else, they learned that up meant out, and this way meant I can't get out. So what they would do is they would press against the lock on the inside until they cracked it, and they would get out. And this guy would watch this guy do it, so if we put him over here, he already knew how to do it, and so on down the line. There's actually someone, I don't know if she still has the video online, but her handle on YouTube was Scarlet Nightshade, and she 3D prints food puzzles for animals. She has one of these guys doing a 3-step feed puzzle to get at their food, so they had to like push something and move something out of the way. 90 seconds to get at their food.
That is crazy.
Yes, I'm biased. However, I think these are some of the coolest animals that you will see at any reptile show.
Wholeheartedly agree.
We're at, what's your booth?
Bledsoe's Exotics.
Bledsoe's Exotics, and our friend is kind enough to share this awesome blackhead python with us, and we are going to be adding one of these to the zoo. So we're just looking around and comparing prices and looking at animals, but this is just such a cool species here, an Australian snake, and in Australia I found a baby just the size of this, so I fell in love with them, and you know, I really want to add one to our zoo collection here. But such an awesome snake, solid black head there, and they get really big. This is just a little baby, but just such an active snake, a lean body for a python, and in the wild they're eating Ackie monitors and all sorts of frilled dragons and whatever they can pretty much get a hold of. So of course in captivity it's a little easier, you can feed them rats, but yeah, they are just awesome little snakes. There's a couple really big ones available in Florida right now, but we're just looking at all of our options before we pull the trigger on anything. And this is just such a really nice one. They said this is the orange line, right? It's a really good looking blackhead python right there. How could you not love that? And this is Lampropeltis alterna. This is the gray banded king snake. And these guys are found in West Texas. A lot of the herpetological community, they go absolutely crazy over these snakes and finding them. And they spend all night. Some of our buddies will go out all night long looking for alterna in the rock cracks of West Texas. They'll shine rocks until sunrise just to glimpse at. And in the wild, finding one this big is probably pretty rare. Normally people will find like a little dinky one, and it's still really cool, but that's like the biggest alterna I think I've ever seen. Yeah. I didn't even know they got that big. In the wild, they're probably eating mostly like geckos in the rock cracks, right? Yeah, such a cool snake. Yeah, people obsess over these. We have some friends who like will go out to West Texas every year in the summer, and they'll just shine all night long, just hoping to see one. I've never kept them, but it's always been like one of those snakes I'm so fascinated by.
You know, I keep all of my tropical fish in greenhouses. And do you know what the problem is with greenhouses, Florida, in the summer? Well, they can get awfully hot. We just had the 5th warmest heat wave in the history of record keeping here in Florida. Luckily, I took some precautions. Well, it's 102 degrees today, and luckily we installed these exhaust fans in my fish room. I did these 2 4-foot exhaust fans, and then on the other side I did these cooling panels. And all this is going to keep my fish room 10 degrees cooler than it is outside. So as you can see here, 90 degrees in here and 100 degrees outside. And this is the farthest we are from the cooling pad. We get closer to the cooling pad, it's going to drop all the way down to 80 degrees. Let me show you the cooling pad system here. The whole thing is homemade, though I did buy these commercial panels. And this is corrugated cardboard, and we trickle some water through the corrugated cardboard, and as it gets wet, we draw the air through here, it evaporates, and it cools the room down. I built a 250-gallon tank here, and I have a pump here that recirculates the water. Some of it just recirculates, others drips through this cooling pad system. This cooling pad system is 40 feet long, and it really keeps everything nice and cool. We may even be able to put geckos in here. So in addition to buying the 3,500-gallon tank, we're gonna put windows in all these tanks. As I've shown in earlier videos, I got giant fish in these tanks, but I can't see them unless I get on a step ladder. We're gonna put 3 4-foot by 3-foot windows in each of these. So we're gonna put 3 windows in this tank, we're gonna put 3 windows in this tank, and we're gonna put 3 windows in this tank. And we're gonna have, each window will be 4 feet wide by 3 feet high, 12, 24, 36. 36 feet of acrylic glass. Actually, it's polycarbonate. I really don't know the difference, but there'll be polycarbonate windows. And this is all getting done in September, and I can get back to making fish videos. Some of my friends have told me I should really have tanks that have a minimum depth of 4 feet if I want to grow some river giants. Decided to buy this tank from Fusion Fiberglass, 3,500 gallons, 16 feet long, 8 feet wide, 4 feet deep, 3,500 gallons. I still love the Universal Rock product, but at this time it is limited to a maximum depth of 3 feet, which is a fantastic tank for fish 2 feet and under. But some of my fish are 4 feet long on the way to 5 feet long, so I need to start off with a couple of giant tanks. I am heading up to the Brevard Zoo to meet with people from Fusion Fiberglass. While I do this, KJ and Andrew are going to feed some of the animals.
Half a banana in one bite. Look at how beautiful This Panther Chameleon is turning out to be, our friend Jesse gifted us this as a little baby. And it's really grown since. We've got some crickets in here right now. And the anoles on the outside of the cage are trying to get him. But look at that. Lightning fast with the tongue. And of course, right on the mark with that cricket being shy, turning away from me. But great catch. Just look at this guy. I mean, such a beautiful Panther Chameleon. And we don't want to put the girl together with him too early. You know, she's probably ready to produce eggs, but if we wait the full 1 year, it'll just be easier on her body in the long run. And, you know, when you breed them too soon, you can be successful at first, but it takes a much harder toll on them. So we're going to wait a little bit, at least give them 1 full year before we introduce them together. But beautiful, beautiful Panther. Let's see if he'll eat a cricket from my hand. There he goes. Such a quality lizard he is. Great gift from our friend Jesse. These things do not run cheap, and he really hooked us up with some awesome individuals. But this guy is thriving, eating crickets out of your hand. I mean, such a cool chameleon. Just look at his colors. The girl just showing her capabilities, hanging from her tail, catching crickets running by. Awesome little trap she set. We have a couple little snacks for him. Let's see if he's interested. This is something we haven't fed him before. And sometimes they'll crush an egg in their mouth and, you know, make a mess out of it. And sometimes they'll swallow the whole thing nice and neat. Let's see what he wants to do. Oh, right down the hatch, no mess. That's what I like. I used to work with a black throat who would crack the egg and drink it up off the ground. So we've got a few of them for him. Picked up some organic chicken eggs because I thought the monitors might enjoy them. And this guy definitely is. I think this one he's trying to actually break though. Let's see, that first one he was excited, he just swallowed it, but I think he wants to taste this one. He's trying to break that thing. Okay, so it just depends on how he's feeling, if he wants to make a mess or not. Oh, there he goes. He cracked it, caught it all. Barely any fell out of his mouth. That's what he wanted to taste. Now he's licking his lips. And he's licking the yolk off the floor there. Right here, buddy. Look. There you go. Oh, look at that. He cracked that one, drank all the yolk. And okay, I thought he was about to spit the shell out, but no, he wanted that shell too. He really likes the eggs. He's got one more over there. He really likes the eggs. Let's see if he'll make his way up for his last chicken egg. I got one more for you, buddy. Come on. Oh, he really likes these. These are good little treats. Maybe we'll start hiding him around the exhibit, giving him some enrichment. Let's see what he does with that one. And these monitors will naturally eat pretty much anything that's smaller than them. Look at that, cracked it right down the hatch. He really got that figured out. And I've never given him eggs before, so that's just natural instinct. They will raid nests in the wild. You know, they'll eat carrion, they'll eat smaller reptiles and mammals, but they actually in the wild eat a lot of insects as well. So we got to look at breeding some locusts or some roaches, because imagine trying to feed this big over 4-foot monitor some crickets. It wouldn't really work out too well. So it'd be cool to give him some big, you know, silkworms or something like that, but he's just wiping the yolk off of his face. Good little snack right there. Seeing if I got any more. That is all we got for you, buddy.
While I'm at the zoo, I'm also going to take a quick look around to see if I can get any ideas about something I can bring back to the Apopka Zoo. You know, my Apopka Zoo is only going to be about 1/20th the size of this zoo, maybe smaller. I really got to pick what I can do well and what I can excel at. For me, I already know I have a great big beautiful garden, and I see that the zoo here also has some nice landscape plants and a few orchids that may need a little refurbishing. I love all these wooden paths that snake through the entire zoo. It makes such a beautiful setting. Look at this screen enclosure. It is the most invisible screen I have ever seen. It is difficult to get the camera or the naked eye to focus on it at all. Puffing snake, emerald tree boa, tiger rat snake, eyelash viper, and poison dart frogs, all in the same enclosure. Otters look so cool. Maybe my favorite thing here at the zoo, watching them swim through the aquarium. They had a large American alligator display, but I could only find 2 gators. One was under the dock and the other was hidden in the brush. I really want to have a good crocodilian display at our place. They have a couple of turtles, they have a couple of tortoises, but only 1 or 2 animals in a large exhibit. Man, they have the most beautiful enclosures. They got monkeys, they got zebras, they got giraffes. They have a fantastic fish tank. But I also have fantastic fish, and I think I could excel with reptiles, and I think I could also excel with tropical fish. And you know something else I want to explore? I want to explore a petting zoo. Maybe crocodiles, giant fish, and a petting zoo. Something for everyone. We will see you next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe.